and welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate it so much. So, I'm making another F off sign, not okay for kids to watch. I didn't show you guys me pouring that glitter. It's just some basic glitter I got from Michael's. Um, you see me take the duct tape, and I'm just getting off any excess resin that dried that will not look nice once I pour what I'm going to pour on top of it. So I'm using the tabletop resin. God, I can't remember the name of it. It was the same resin I used in my last video. I can't stress enough how important it is to use gloves and proper protection wear for your safety. It's really important, you guys. All right, so let's get into it. Just getting more excess off right there. Hopefully I show the products that I use because my memory is crap and I cannot remember anything. But anyway, so I wanted to make like a little sunflower tray. So those little flowers that you see there I got from Kroger. I hung them upside down. I don't know if they're sunflowers. Well, obviously they're not sunflowers because sunflowers are huge, right? So they're like mini sunflowers. I hung them upside down for about a week and they were starting to turn brown. I wanted them to keep their colors, so I was like, let me just go ahead and put them in my resin before it gets to a point where they're just like really crunchy and brown and hard to use. So you can't see, but off camera, I'm cutting off the very tips because this mold doesn't leave much room. So I don't want them to be too bulky because otherwise you'll be able to fill it after everything is dry, said and done. So yeah, you just let me test it out there to see if I could get it like really flat. So I poured like a very thin layer here because I didn't want to pour a thick layer and then put the flour on top because otherwise the flour would just float to the top and then that would cause a bulge. So I'm actually taking excess out because I wanted it to be a very thin layer, just enough to get it to stick. So yeah, I'm just pouring a little bit back inside, and it doesn't matter, you guys, if there's like if you take too much out and there's like little separation bubbles or it's just not a full thin layer. You just need just like a little bit to kind of like wet it so that way it sticks and dries overnight. Some of the flowers were browner than I wanted, but I mean, it's fine. It still turned out pretty great. Um, so I was pressing them down really hard. They were really, they were falling apart. So I had to like pick the best ones, and I kind of wanted to do like a border, and I wanted it to go around the entire mold, but the flowers, they just weren't working. I used a toothpick to kind of spread out the petals, and when I did that, some of the petals came off. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can't do that. So here I'm just kind of like drizzling some resin, just a little bit on top of the flowers to make sure that they stay in place to hold them down. And then use my heat gun to make sure there aren't any little bubbles there on low, heat setting on low. So this is the next day and that is dry. And I'm just showing you what I used. I used a little bit of brown alcohol ink because I wanted my pour with all that glitter that you saw to have a little bit of tint to it. I didn't want it to be completely see-through. So yeah, that's what I did. Um, so I got all this glitter from Michael's. Some really fine glitter, some chunky glitter, just any brown glitter that I had, I just threw in there. I think I might have thrown a little gold in there too. Okay, so for the alcohol ink, I only used a few squirts, not that many, one or two, three or four, five or six, no more than 10. I'm sorry, this is off camera. Oh, so that glitter there is the same glitter that I use for the border and for the letters. And so after you mix it really well, I just poured it right on top. Look how glittery and pretty and shimmery that is. So this was really easy. You guys can do this. Like, the mold is not that expensive, and then if you already have glitter lying around, you can make whatever. I always think that the glitter makes the sign less offensive. But make sure you use your heat gun always on a low setting, because you don't want it to splash everywhere. That heat gun's pretty powerful. And the next day, you see me pull it out of the mold here. So I still haven't figured out how I wanted to hang these. If I wanted to like put a chain on each side or put one of those little wall mount things on the back. I still haven't figured out because it's a sign, obviously. So I guess we'll just kind of see what people think. But here's the big reveal. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. I just think it's so pretty. It's so, so gorgeous. Thank you so much for listening to me go on and on, and I hope you guys have a good day.